imagine being in a ghetto or a concentration camp, much like the ones that we see today, where people are barred from the world, under siege from the world, and a baby is born into that misery, and that baby becomes the source of joy for the Prophet ﷺ. This is Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhuma, who's born about 3 years before the hijrah of the Prophet. There's only one irony I want to point out about Al-Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, that he was the one who took the Prophet ﷺ to meet the Ansar. Right? Al-Abbas was introducing his nephew Muhammad ﷺ to the various tribes and those that were coming from outside Mecca when the Prophet ﷺ had no one else. And when the Ansar came, Al-Abbas radiallahu anhu was skeptical about the Ansar. Why? Can anybody tell me why? Anyone remember? Why did he look at the Ansar and be like, I'm not so sure I can give you over to them? Anyone remember why? Because they were too young. They were youth, right? So Al-Abbas looked at them and he's like, wait a minute. I'm not about to hand you over to a bunch of kids. The Ansar were a bunch of young people, teenagers in their 20s. The older ones were in their 30s, right? So he's like, I can't give my nephew over, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to these people. So he had to grill them and test them like, are you guys sure you're up to this? Like, are you mature enough to handle this? Or are you just some young people that are getting really excited and want to go against the grain in the system and take in, the most wanted man in Mecca into your society? Right? The irony is that look what happens. His son, Abdullah, is the young person that everyone would question initially, and then quickly it would be dispelled and they would say, oh, this is who we're for. This is what we're after. Right? And Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhuma would be the one to rise to the occasion. So Al-Abbas radiallahu anhu, that was him. She is the woman who popped Abu Lahab on the head. When Abu Lahab got the news that Quraysh lost Badr, right? Abu Lahab was so upset that he jumped on the slave Abu Rafi' and he started to beat him. And Lubaba grabbed the tent pole and popped him on the head with that and said to him, are you acting like this because Al-Abbas is not here and you think you can take advantage of him? And Abu Lahab eventually died from that blow to his head.